controls that is required. No, in that first one, we were discussing about control of purchases. Second one we had started discussing was about control of stock. So today we are going to discuss about the methods that are used by business firms to control the stock levels. That means controlling the stock level means maintaining the required quantity of stock, right? And also avoiding the excess stocking of raw materials or maybe your products or maybe intermediate goods that you require for your production process. So that is why I have put here the primary objective behind fixation of stock levels is maintaining the required quantity of material in the store. See, when I'm talking about excess stock of raw materials, I'm stocking excess. That will create a problem with holding cost. My cost of maintaining that in a warehouse would be very high because I may not be using that in one operating cycle. That's why we say that as excess. I may need 2 or 3 operating cycles to finish those stock. One is the holding cost would be very high. 2 is maybe that will become old stock. You will not be able to use that for your production process because it has lost its quality or color or aroma, depending on the type of products you are dealing with. So this is where the fixation of stock level is very important for a firm. At the same time, a firm can also think of maintaining very minimal stock. But the problem with that is the firm will face shortage at times if your planning is not done correctly. Say I don't have a buffer stock, maybe the demand for the product rose or it came up to a very higher level. So the firm is not able to meet that demand because of the shortage of raw material. So these are some of the problems that could be faced by a firm when there is no correct planning, which is done on the basis of stock levels. So today we are going to learn about 5 different stock levels which help a firm to have a better control in its stock movement. Okay, to have a better control in its stock movement. Now, the first one which we are going to talk about is minimum stock level. See, I put on the slides in front of you. You can see that minimum quantity of material to be available in the store at any time. Because another thing which you have to remember is, suppose if I don't have minimum stock that I require to continue my production process or to continue my manufacturing process, the problem here is my work will be blocked. I will have to wait for some time depending upon how long it will take for me to replace the stock. So that is a problem for a firm who are operating based on the market demand. Right. So minimum stock level, as we said, it is a minimum quantity of raw material that should be maintained in the factory or that should be maintained in the store to continue with the production process without any interruption. So it should compensate for your ordering time. Suppose I'm going with a 0 level of inventory, and I know that ordering and getting a fresh stock will take 1 month. That means 1 month, my entire production process will be stopped, will be blocked. This is not an ideal thing for a good firm, for a reputed firm, because it will lose its market, with that 1 month time when the product is not available in the market. Because when they don't go with the production process, ultimately the product will not be available in the retail outlets or in the wholesale units. So the selling will not happen. Consumers may switch to another product, right? So there are chances that they will lose their market. So that is why the first one is minimum stock level. It is nothing but the minimum quantity of raw material which is to be kept in the store to continue with the process of manufacturing. And the formula for that is reorder level minus, I have put that formula on the slide. You can read it from there. Reorder level minus normal consumption into normal reorder period. Right. Now, the term reorder level is very new to you. We are learning that as third one. But first, when I'm introducing this minimum stock level, reorder level is very important. So I'll tell you what it is. Reorder level is nothing but it's the level at which we have to start with reordering for the fresh stock. As the name indicates, already there in the name, it is the level of stock at which we have to go with fresh orders. Because if we go below that, maybe there are chances that we will go for some time without necessary inventory or necessary stock to continue with the production. So reorder level is a level which talks about or which indicates a firm that yes, you have to go with new order. You have to replace your existing inventory. It's getting finished. It's being used in the production process. Right. So the formula, just learn the formula as we discuss itself. So reorder level minus normal consumption into normal reorder period. Normal consumption can be your average consumption. What is the, in general course, what will be your consumption rate? In the normal condition, what is your consumption? Right. And normal reorder period. In the general conditions with the prevailing circumstances, how many days it will take for you to bring your fresh stock of inventory into the factory? You have to place an order. You have to get your order accepted. You have to be supplied with your required raw material, and that needs to be transported to your factory premises. So how long that is going to take? It talks about the reorder period. So as I say, minimum stock level. So definitely that is somewhere between reorder level and also your there is something which we are going to learn, that is danger level. So that is later we will have a discussion on that. So that is somewhere between that. Minimum stock level is somewhere between your reorder level and the danger level. So reorder level minus normal consumption into normal reorder period. So I have written over there what is normal consumption, minimum consumption plus maximum consumption by 2. That's just the average. That's normally what will be in normal condition, what will be the usage of your raw materials, right? Now going with the second part, maximum stock level. Maximum stock level is excess of that will, if your stock exceeds your lay down maximum level, the problem is you will end up with heavy cost in maintaining that, heavy cost in taking care of that. And there is a chance of raw material becoming obsolete, outdated, right? So that is the level of stock above which the stock in hand should not normally be allowed to exceed. In some industries, that level will be very low because the fashion, say for example, fashion industry, it would be changing continuously on a regular basis, depending on what are the other, what are the developments in other countries and how is it, consumer, what is its expectation, what is the color preferences, all that. So that is why some industries, the maximum stock level will be much lower than as compared with maybe a manufacturing company who go with cement production. For those, maybe the stock level can be little high, depending on the nature of industry. But maximum stock level is above which it is not advisable to be maintained in a factory. So that is the maximum which you can think of buying your inventory and stocking that in your store. And the formula for that is your reorder level plus your reorder quantity. Now reorder quantity is, see, at this level, suppose this is the level where I have to make my fresh order. Okay, at that level, how much I should order? What is the quantity I should order? It will depend upon my operating cycle, the amount of raw material which I require, and also the amount of raw material which I'm having with me. Also, the time taken to supply this raw material into my factory premises, right? So reorder quantity is a quantity which I'm going to order at a particular, when I'm placing a particular order, the quantity of my order, or as I say, totally at one purchase, how much of it I'm going to do it. That's it. So reorder level plus reorder quantity minus minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. Minimum consumption is I'm just trying to be safer. What is a minimum level of consumption which I can expect into? It is multiplied with minimum reorder period, minimum days. So that is, we are trying to be in a cautious mode. Minimum, okay, I will take whatever be the circumstances, it will take 5 days for this product to be, or for this raw material to be replaced. So in that case, that would be 5 would be my minimum. Say for example, it is said reorder period ranges from 5 to 15 days. So my minimum would be 5, my maximum would be 15, right? So that's what we say, minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. So reorder quantity plus, reorder level plus reorder quantity, and the total of that, from that we will reduce minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. That's maximum stock level. Now you have to understand what is maximum stock level. This formula would be very easy for you to learn. Maximum stock level is the maximum quantity of output, raw material that could be maintained within a firm during a particular operating cycle. Normally they consider that on the basis of operating cycle, the number of days taken for the firm to convert the raw materials into finished goods. That's what we call as the operating cycle. Right. In case of a manufacturing concern, in case of service, that will be very much related with service. How many days? Maybe a particular package render, say if it is travel and tourism. So operating cycle depends upon the nature of industry also. Now, going further, the next one, which I already said we are going to learn, we already mentioned about that, is reorder stock level. It is the level at which the purchasing department places order for fresh supply of material. So it is fixed somewhere between maximum and minimum. Right. Minimum is needed. Above that, there will be some level, which is called as the reorder level, at which we have to replace because the stock is getting used for production. So it is actually the level at which a firm will be going with making its fresh, making order for the fresh supply of materials. So that is what we call as a reorder level. Reordering, that word, the term itself says regarding, yes, I have to think of making a fresh order. So when I'm thinking, I have to think that it should be between my maximum and minimum. Now, reorder level is nothing but maximum consumption into maximum reorder period, right? Because during that time, what would be my maximum consumption, which I can expect? That is what I consider. So maximum consumption into maximum reorder period, or it is minimum level plus consumption during the period. Because I said it is somewhere between minimum and maximum. So definitely minimum plus what will be consumed during my order period. Say for example, if we take 15 days, in that 15 days, what can be my expectation? How many units can be consumed by this particular firm? So that is minimum to be maintained plus the stock which would be consumed during the period of ordering. That's why we say minimum stock level plus consumption during the reorder period. Right. Now, the last one is danger level. Danger level, as the name indicates, it would be a level below. It is a level set below. See, it is very easy for you to remember if you remember the concept of if you are driving a vehicle, or if you have noticed that reserve, when you say that our fuel indicator falls into reserve, which means, yes, it's an indication that we have reached to the minimum level of required fuel for driving that vehicle. It is an indication that we have to refill it. If not, if still we are driving, then we are falling to a level called danger level, because at any time our vehicle can stop. Right. The same concept, when we apply that in the context of a factory, on the context of a production unit, we call that as a danger level, when it falls below the reserve. So at any time, our production can stop because of shortage of raw material. That's the danger level. So it is below the minimum stock level. So it is the level at which the normal issue of materials are stopped, because it's not possible. We do not have enough raw material to continue with the normal process. So we will be taking care of our most important production activity or most important orders which needs to be met in the near future. We are not going with the normal production process. We will reduce the production activity so that by the time we get the fresh stock, we can, or till the time we get the fresh stock, we can continue with our production process. That's what we call as a danger level. You can remember with this example, your reserve, when your vehicle falls into, vehicle's fuel level falls into reserve, which means we say that it's the minimum required. Below that means there is some danger of the vehicle being stopped. The same when it is applied to a factory for the production process, we call that as a danger level. And the formula is very simple: average consumption into emergency supply time. Average consumption is you don't have the normal thing, but on an average, what is it you are going to consume during this time into emergency supply. See, we say that I need it immediately. I'm ready to pay you additional charges for that. Maybe at that level, a firm will think of such strategies to bring the raw material at the right pace. Now, why do we need that? Suppose if I'm going to stop my production, then I'm going to incur my fixed cost at a higher as a higher burden. I will incur my labor wages as a higher burden because they are idle. There is no production process happening. So that cost will be a burden to my firm. So that is why we say that it is better to for a firm not to fall into the danger stock level until otherwise the external conditions are not favorable. Say sometimes, say agriculture, if your raw material is agriculture products or crops, say for example, due to heavy rainfall, you are into wheat flour manufacturing, and due to heavy rain, you did not get your raw material, the wheat grains. That's very natural, right? Because a lot of it got destroyed through heavy rainfall, flood, all these. So that is a natural situation which a firm can encounter if that continues for a long time. Otherwise, it's not advisable for a firm to fall into this danger stock level. Right. So we are discussing about the different stock levels. We discussed about minimum stock level, which is the minimum level of stock which a firm has to maintain within its store or within its production unit. Right. Then we talked about maximum, that is the upper limit. The maximum stock could be maintained by a firm where the ideal, where the cost of maintenance, the cost of handling would be ideal. If you go beyond that, there are chances that the cost of maintenance would be very high. At the same time, there are chances of the stock becoming obsolete, right? So that is maximum level. Then we talked about the concept of reorder level. The reorder level is somewhere, as we said, it is between the minimum stock level and the maximum stock level. And it is the level at which a firm will go with a fresh order of stock, because they know that it is going to fall to the level of minimum if it is consumed in the normal way, or if the consumption happens in the normal way. So that is going to. So there it is better for a firm to identify the number of days which will be taken to deliver the product, right? And that's how it has been happening in every factory where the production process goes on as a continuous process. So the reorder level is the level at which a fresh order is placed for the supply of raw materials into the factory premises. Then we talked about the danger level. Danger level is always below the minimum stock level. It is an indication that there should be immediate supply of raw material to go with the production process, right?